everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your readings for May, and this will be for the sign of Pisces. Pisces, these are just general readings. I'm going to use the After Tarot for your tarot reading, and then I'll pull you a card from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. And I'm using the Golden Tarot by Cat Black for your reading. Okay, we have the Two of Swords coming out. Now, the Two of Swords is a card of trying to make a decision. Now, the swords sort of represent our thoughts and communication. And it's a card we see as a stalemate because this person has two swords, which means they have two ideas, two thoughts, two ways of doing things, and they've got to make a choice of which one to move forward with. This can be about cutting something out, communicating something, but this person doesn't want to do it. Look at her face. She does not want to move forward with this at all. She's protecting her heart with the swords, so it means that whatever she does here is going to result in some sort of pain for her, so she's avoiding it. So we look at this card as being like a stalemate, not being able to move forward on something, certainly not being able to make a decision. And the Strength card is behind that. So the Strength card is a card of, building up your own personal power, having the power perhaps to make a decision here that you don't want to make. The Two of Wands is here as well. Wow. Now, this could be a decision to end a way of doing things, to walk in a different direction. It could be to end a relationship, possibly with a Leo, to move in a different direction. But something here is putting you on a brand new path and pushing you in a new direction. Now, the Hermit card is here, and I feel here there is some sort of message you need to deliver, that you are slowly gathering up some sort of strength to be able to move forward on, to make a decision that possibly you do not want to make, but you have to make. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands here. So some of you could be about making a decision on whether to move forward in a relationship or whether to walk away. They may be the two decisions. Do I commit? Do I go? Can also be about maybe cutting someone out of your life. It could also be about declaring your love for someone or disclosing the way you feel about someone to get a relationship to actually move forward. Okay, this is your card here. This is the card of Pisces and Cancer. So you could be dealing with another Pisces or a Cancer, or it's more likely you could have a Pisces moon. It could be more likely here that you're not really seeing, or you're not really realizing how to move forward and what this means for you in whichever direction it is. You're not really seeing answers here. It's like something's been hidden. And then we have the High Priestess. So definitely here, firstly, it doesn't look like you're really listening to your intuition. But it also looks like maybe you don't have all the information to make a decision. Maybe that's why you're in a stalemate. Maybe you really don't have the answers you need yet. Looks as though something's changing though with this Eight of Wands. Something is moving very quickly here. Okay. Either here you're making a decision to finish out a relationship and become single, or you're looking at a decision to move into a relationship and how you go about doing that. That is your two answers here. Because this is what's coming across here. There's this card of being independent and single. And it's really coming up here. And I'm not sure if you're wanting to go from this single into this marriage, or being single or being married and into single. So maybe it's one way or the other for most of you. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles is coming in here. You've got someone spending 10 of Swords. Okay. I feel like some of you are in a relationship where somebody is either being stingy or not contributing to a relationship. You've always got your hand in your pocket. You're always sort of dishing out stuff, and I feel like this other person that you're dealing with doesn't really seem to contribute. Now, it may just not be funds, but I feel like here there's a great deal of pain in this Ten of Swords. So I feel like for some of you, this is like finishing something that doesn't seem to be going anywhere. This person seems to be withholding a lot of information from you, but it could be resources as well. Let me just keep going with the cards. Okay, we have the Hanged Man coming out. Another card of Pisces, by the way. And we have the Three of Swords. Yep, okay. This is closing out something for sure. Somebody needs, you need a brand new start. Somebody wants to walk away from something here. And I feel like for some of you it's a marriage, maybe a commitment of some kind. Trying to make a decision, trying to pluck up courage to go. You want to walk down a different pathway. I feel that, this has perhaps been a very slow decision, but you do have the Hermit card here. Some of you could be dealing with Virgos. Some of you could be dealing with Libras. But I feel like you're investing in some sort of situation here where someone's not putting into something the same way you are. And for some unknown reason, I just keep seeing you putting your hand in your pocket and pulling out money, and the other person's not contributing. Now, I want to say it's always good to have the conversations first, but I feel like here you may have had the conversation or wanted to have the conversation many times, but you may be getting slammed down. You may be having someone who's sort of retaliating here without giving you anything in return. So sometimes we can keep saying the same things over and over again and we don't get a different result. And I feel like this is what you've been doing here. I feel like someone is not invested in this as you are. And it's creating a lot of pain for you here, having to make a decision to walk away. I think you probably really love this person, but this is your choice to walk away. I feel that you've put in as much as you think you can, and nothing is happening here to resolve this. So you may have been going around in circles here with this particular situation. I think deep within you, you really understand that what you're not seeing here is that this is not working. You may be putting in more and more energy trying to understand how to do things differently. But from some of the cards here, I'm thinking you are looking like you have no choice but to make the decision to walk away from this because it's not giving you what you want. You could be married to a person that keeps spending all the money. You could be in a relationship where the other person's just constantly spending and all you're doing is working and not going anywhere. You may have someone who has, a very free hand with money. They may always want to give money to others. They may be constantly using money and not considering how hard you're working to bring the money in here. I feel that this is very painful to move away from. I do think that you want a brand new start, and I think you're happy to go alone. I do think that you've probably tried to talk about this many, many times, but you've ended up with the knife in your back every time. So definitely looking for a brand new start here. Okay, let's pull you an oracle card. I do like that the universe is giving you an Ace of Wands at the end, though, because that says to me that, whoever this is, you're making the right decision here to move away from this. Okay. Scarcity consciousness. The hungry ghosts. Interesting. Obsessions, scarcity consciousness, and attachment. Okay. Very interesting. The hungry ghosts. Sounds like what you're dealing with, doesn't it? When the hungry ghosts appear on your path, they may not be seen at first like allies because they represent your constant focus on the past and the consuming desire to know the future, which rob you of your true present. But in fact, they are here in the service of alerting you to obsessive thinking and addictions. They're masters at magnifying repetitive behaviours. Maybe you've done this before, Pisces. The message is here for you to examine whether you're doing the same thing over and over while expecting a different result. My goodness, I've said that 3 times today. This time will be different, and I have control over this, are false statements and a sign of deep denial of the truth. Now is the time to let go of that thinking, surrender your will, your life, your heart's desires, and all that pains you to the divine. Order will be restored in your world. The hungry ghosts are bringing understanding about the distractions of life that seduce you into forgetting what you really desire. They're asking you to become aware of what others want and what the culture dictates will make you happy, what's not best for you. Don't get caught up in outside appearances. All that glitters may not be gold, at least not for you. Look beyond the veneer and you will find the true substance in your life. You deserve nothing less. So I think here that you've picked someone that you may have been around before. You may be repeating a pattern here of overgiving. So maybe this time you've learned your lesson, because you're getting a brand new start here and you're walking away from someone who's drained you of all your resources. Have a great May.